first responders leave a dying woman. They leave her for another call, according to the allegation. Let's put it up full mass. Damn shame. Tasheba Anderson, 52 years of age, out of South Florida. She is now deceased after Miami-Dade County paramedics allegedly abandoned her to respond to another call while she was suffering severe health symptoms, according to the reports. Anderson died less than 2 hours after being left behind on her kitchen floor, sparking an internal investigation into the actions of the first responders, whom family members accused of starting treatment, but then packing up and leaving without providing real care. 6 months after undergoing gastric bypass surgery, Anderson began experiencing severe stomach pain, which had sent her to the hospital multiple times, Ben said. 2 weeks ago, the pain struck again. A Miami-Dade fire rescue team responded to the scene, treating Miss Anderson in the kitchen of her Opelika home. That's according to her family. However, the woman's medical emergency soon took an unexpected turn. Members of the Miami-Dade Fire Rescue left her to respond to a nearby house fire. Quote, they had wrapped a sheet around her neck, and then they got a call for a fire up the street. And they left her here and said they would be back, Ben told CBS affiliate WFOR News. Known for her outspokenness, Anderson pleaded for the medics to stay with her as she lay on the floor. Quote, they could have saved her life, said Audrey Ben, Anderson's sister, according to CBS News. They left her. She was saying, quote, why won't they help me? Moments later, Miss Anderson lost consciousness. When the medical crew returned, frustrations boiled over as Ben and the other family members confronted them. According to Ben, the paramedics seemed annoyed with the family's repeated questions about why they left Anderson behind. Quote, they were mad because my brother and cousin kept asking them, why did y'all leave? Ben said. My cousin had passed them Anderson's ID, but the firefighter, she threw it on the ground. Anderson was eventually taken to Jackson North Medical Center in North Miami Beach, where she died, leaving behind a 21-year-old son. It's unclear whether the investigation will examine race as a factor, as Anderson was Black. The racial makeup of the emergency medical personnel was not disclosed. It's also unclear whether the emergency responders adhered to proper protocols when they left Anderson despite her apparent medical distress. So far, there is no indication of an independent probe to understand why the matter was not treated with the utmost urgency, especially since Anderson had called 911 for help and had a long history of health problems. Put up the fire chief. This is Chief Ray Jadala. Ray oversees the Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Department. Miami-Dade Fire Rescue issued a statement confirming that an investigation is underway. Quote, MDFR is conducting an internal investigation, and we are currently unable to provide further details at this time. End quote, nothing else. So far, the family has not announced plans to pursue legal action. Instead, they are focusing on the incredible loss. Since laying Anderson to rest, her family has yet to unpack the luggage and duffel bag she brought home from her most recent hospital stay. They remain convinced that the firefighters should have done more to save her life. Quote, I feel like something could have worked out if they just did their job, Ben said. Not just go and leave her and say, I'll be back. What fire rescue does that? This story struck me, especially that detail that said they have not unpacked her duffel bag. And the reason they haven't unpacked her duffel bag from her previous hospital stay is because it's too painful. It's just too painful. To lose somebody in front of you who is fighting for life, you have an emergency responder, multiple emergency responders. They then leave. They come back. They have this callous attitude. Obviously, you're going to be frustrated. We're talking about human life. But also, you feel as if you were empowered to do more, but you just didn't know what more to do. If you would have known that they would not return in time, you would have taken additional actions. You would have done something else. But see, you weren't empowered to do anything else because we rely on emergency professionals like this to help us understand what's important, what's a priority, what's going to happen next, what needs to happen now. They left her. And naturally, there is no protocol that allows you to leave a dying human being to go to another call. There is no such protocol. And even if someone believed in good faith that they needed to handle this new emergency, well, how about some of you stay here and some of you go to the new emergency? But to leave that woman there with absolutely no medical attention whatsoever was likely a contributing factor to her death. I do hope in time that the family is able to get more answers. Obviously, we are highlighting this to provide light and transparency to the situation. And at some point, they may need to file a lawsuit just to get the proper answers they deserve. All right, Sharon, thoughts here?
Yeah, and it's not going to matter what the race was of those who were on the scene, because do you think Black and brown people don't understand the hierarchy in America and that we make snap judgments and they are systemic? That said, they're frustrated. Why not just tell her the truth? You're a Black woman and there's another priority that could possibly somehow maybe take precedence, because a lot of things take precedence over a Black woman's life. That's the answer. And we don't want your internal investigation. We definitely don't want your internal investigation. You feel me?
Right.
I hope they sue too, Doc.
Yeah, same here. So we shall see. We will bring you updates as they come. Very sad. Our hearts and prayers are with the family.